Hello everybody, this is Brisbane 05 Blaster here and welcome back to another video of this channel. In this last episode, we actually had an entertaining classic Premier League opener as we actually challenged the Forest at our own home ground, the Emirates Stadium, and we somehow managed to get ourselves 3 points here thanks to our substituted players, a wonderful play from Leandro Trossard and a match-winning goal from Eddie Nketiah. And that's what I really like to see about these players, scoring goals for fun, especially giving clutch to us. Now, our next episode, we will be actually up against Crystal Palace. Yes, we're up against Roy Hodgson, who used to coach Liverpool. So I'm not gonna basically go, I cannot just underestimate Crystal Palace and the entire squad because I'm pretty sure they have one of those former players from either of these best sides, but now because of their age, they might have gone to low-ranking clubs like this club, for example, Crystal Palace. So I have a feeling that we might have another close game. But anything can happen because this is Arsenal, and Arsenal sometimes give entertaining matches. Like, obviously, when we have Kai Havertz on the squad, he would always come clutch for us. But we'll see about this. Right now, let's just enjoy this episode. Alright guys, we're here at our startup screen here, the Premier League screen, and as you can see from the news here, inspired substitution, Nketiah wins it. I did tell you in the previous episode, so it's nothing new here. But now let's take a look at the squad here. So we have Kamavinga yet again, starting up with the 4-5-1 attack. I'm going to keep the same formation, but we do see some of our players low in morale. Yep, and that's actually a pretty bad problem here. We have a big problem here because Gabriel and Saliba mostly is pretty good, doing well for our team. But now because of their morale going low, look at, he's 53% fitness. And this Gabriel guy has 61. You know what? It might be a shame that I'm doing this, but I gotta sub off Saliba. Especially with the morale that he's at. But I'm not going to permanently, I'm not going to do that. I'm not actually going to permanently, take him off. Don't worry. And obviously there's no, post-match thingy, so you have nothing to worry about. Not waste much time here. But let's take a look at this one. Crystal Palace has Ayew, Mateta Olise, Hughes, Ahmada Dokore, Enrique Gehi, who's now playing for... currently plays for the England at the Euros, Anderson, and the former Liverpool defender Nathaniel Clyne, and Guaita, who's actually the goalkeeper. And now we have the substitute players, Eze, Lerma, Mitchell, Johnstone, Richards, Franca, and Matanovic. They're actually second place, as you can see on the right-hand side here. Let's take a look at the standings before we get started for our game. Excuse me, I don't know why I went to squad here for a second. There it is. So Manchester City, as always, have the upper hand. But come to think of it, Crystal Palace is also actually have the same goal difference as Manchester City, as they also won their opening game. They won their match against Sheffield United, as you can see right here. 2-0 victory over Sheffield United. And Manchester United obviously got the 1-0 win over Wolves, which we didn't see last time. And Chelsea drew to Liverpool. It was a pretty classic match. And these two teams weren't going to give, easy on them. They weren't going to give much ease. But now let's take a look at the... Alright, these are so many player transfers here. I'm surprised where there are a lot of transfers going on lately. Now let's go to match day. We're done with the pre-match report. So they're going with the kick and rush. We're obviously going for gegenpressing. So let's do our kickoff. And as usual, we need to... save our the mentality for these players. And now they're going with their personal away kits. We're gonna sub off Saliba in replacement for Timber. Yep, Timber has not been, he has been completely a bit silent here, but however his defense is good. And Gabriel, you know what, I kind of want to trust Gabriel here, plus he's higher rated than Timber. No, it's not Timber. Saliba. So maybe I can trust Timber. He has 4 sharpness, whereas this guy has 54. But he's very happy, obviously. But he has the 70 pace. Let's take a look at Saliba, how much pace he has. He has 82 pace, so it might be a shame that I'm actually subbing him off. But don't worry. All my changes would pay off. Now let's go to customize. We will not show you that yet. But without further ado, let's get to the match. Alright guys, we're here at the Selhurst Park in South London, as it's one of the biggest stadiums here. Well, not worldwide, but it's a pretty good stadium. But now we have Crystal Palace up against Arsenal here at Selhurst Park. So Crystal Palace, in their previous match, they got a big win over Sheffield United. It was a comprehensive victory, so I'm not surprised. Whereas us, Arsenal, we actually got our job done thanks to a 3-2 win over Nottingham Forest, especially Eddie and Nketiah, who actually gave clutch for us. And as you can see, the player to watch is Martin Odegaard. He has been completely helpful to us. He even said that he's happy with the position he's playing, even though I didn't show you. But you kind of understand what I'm talking about. And here's Kai Havertz. So I did make some interesting substitutions here. I made some changes here for this team. So I kind of subbed off Saliba for Timber. The reason why is Saliba's actually low in his fitness. And it kind of gives Timber an opportunity to be playing in this match. Gabriel has the same issue, but I'm kind of trusting him. But now let's take a look at the Crystal Palace starting 11. Vicente Guaita and the goalkeeper. We have Mark Gahey, the skipper for this club. Nathaniel Clyne is obviously one of the players to watch, as he did play for Liverpool previously. And our manager is Roy Hodgson, a former Liverpool manager too. Now let's take a look at Arsenal's starting 11. Our only change here we have is Hurricane Timber in for William Saliba. And obviously Eduardo Camavinga, Kai Havertz, Bukayo Saka. These players are completely stacked. That's what I'm telling you for sure. And let the games begin here. Crystal Palace will be starting the kickoff. To be honest, we're actually starting the kickoff second. And that took twice in a row. Last time we did this against Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest actually started the kickoff first. This time it's Crystal Palace that's actually doing the kickoff first. And now here's Mateta, who has the ball. We're still on defense mode. And that is not a good way to concede a penalty here. That is not a good way to give away possession, as we concede a penalty thanks to a late tackle from Gabriel on Mateta. That is completely utter crap here from Gabriel, as it's going to be one of the players who's actually going to step up the penalty here for Crystal Palace. I'm pretty sure it would be Eberechi Eze. Or it's Mateta who's actually taking the penalty, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be 1-0 soon. Yes, it is. Easy penalty. Crystal Palace has obviously scored first, thanks to a penalty goal from Mateta. And thanks to an awkward defense, an awkward foul from Gabriel that actually gave away a penalty here. And Ramsdale dived in the wrong direction, sadly. I mean, then again, penalties are kind of hard to defend and easy to score for a striker. So I wouldn't be that surprised if he kind of misses the save. But here we are. Jean-Philippe Mateta scored in the 4th minute. Obviously the penalty that might have given Crystal Palace the lead. But we're Arsenal, boys. We don't give up. But it's all up to the players here, especially their defense. Now here's Martinelli, who has been silent in the previous game. But can he shush the Crystal Palace fans? Here's Gabriel Jesus. Finds Martin Odegaard. It's Martin Odegaard. It's still Odegaard. Martin Odegaard. He shoots, but what it's defense here from Anderson. Now here's Enrique. Chao Enrique. Still Chao Enrique. But Camavinga, I think, marks him down. Finds Odegaard. Now he does a pass to Camavinga. Back pass to Odegaard. Still Martin Odegaard. Finds Gabriel Jesus, who can actually save us here. But what a save here from Guaita. And that was almost going to be an own goal here, but thankfully he just let it out here. See, look at that. Anderson might have got lucky there, but we get ourselves a corner. And we do well with set pieces here, honestly. Here's Bukayo Saka. Saka does find a player, but Enrique just clears it off. But it's with Timber. Finds Saka, finds White. It's Benjamin White. Benjamin White shoots, but Guaita saves it, and Benjamin White just runs out of play, sadly. But what a save here from Guaita, though. Yup, unfortunately, Benjamin White was in play, which kind of gives them the goal kick here. But we're actually giving chances, especially against Crystal Palace, who are actually doing pretty good at home. So we're actually the underdogs, honestly. But Crystal Palace, they do well at home, as I did mention it to you. But here's Hughes. And that was a missed tackle here from Saka. Now finds Mateta. Doucouré. It's Doucouré. Still Doucouré with a charging run. Finds Bema Amada, finds Mateta. Mateta tries to shoot, but it's still with Doucouré. Mateta again has it. Still Mateta. Mateta shoots, but it hits the crossbar, and that's offside here. Olise is offside, thankfully. But Mateta should have really converted that. That could have been a chance here, but thankfully when it hit the post and Olise was just offside, that could have been a big blow here for us. But thankfully, he was offside. Now here's Ramsdale. Ramsdale goes for the big kick. But as usual, Guehi marks this one. Finds Doucouré, finds Hughes. Finds Ayew. But what a tackle here from Ben White. Our right back here. Finds Gabriel. It's still Gabriel. Gabriel finds... Yeah, I said he finds Jesus. Another Gabriel here, but it's Jesus. Now it's Jesus. Still Jesus. Finds Odegaard. Odegaard shoots. And what a goal. And what a time to actually score an equalizer here. As you actually saw at the start, he's actually the player to watch. And he does just that. He actually manages to give Arsenal a chance. Gives Arsenal the equalizer. After all, he is an Arsenal skipper. So that's why he kind of gives Arsenal a glimpse of hope. And with that, we're level. This has really been complete dominance here from Crystal Palace. But we managed to give an equalizer, and what a mark here from Martinelli. But it's still with Crystal Palace here, with Hughes having the ball. Drives it in, finds Ayew. I'm pretty sure he's Ghanaian. Still Ayew. Ayew shoots, but what a save from Ramsdale. And Timber, I think, just kicks it off. And now here's Jesus. But he mispasses it and finds Enrique instead. And now here's Ahamada. Still Ahamada. Finds Mateta, who actually scored a penalty goal. Here's Alex Scott with the scoreline. What did she actually say? Oh yeah, it's a goal here from West Ham United. I forgot to see from the top right. I thought it was going to pop up on the left. But Alex Scott is actually one of the scoreline updaters. If you actually put the commentary volume up, she would actually tell what's the scoreline for the other matches going on. But we're not going to talk about this. Jesus might have actually give Arsenal the lead. Wow. From 1-0 down, we're actually in front. And it's all thanks to Jesus, who has a charging run. Puts Guaita in a very awkward position to save this one. But what a goal here from Gabriel Jesus. And with that, we have the lead. Scoring in the 40th minute. Thanks to Gabriel Jesus here. That's his first goal in just 2 matches. But Bukayo Saka, obviously, in overall ways, he's actually leading as the most goal scorer. Now he finds João Enrique, finds Doucouré. Here's Ayew, Jordan Ayew. And as you can see right here, Alex Scott has already given the updates here. As you can see from the top right, Aston Villa scored the equalizer against Everton. Thanks to Ollie Watkins here. But now, we got to worry about here because Crystal Palace are on the attack. Here's Hughes. But what a defense here from Gabriel. Finds Havertz, and that should be first half. We've been completely silent in the first half. Obviously, after we conceded the penalty here. But who else would save us? Martin Odegaard. He actually scored the equalizer. He did create so many chances, but it all paid off at the end, as Odegaard might have actually saved us right there. And for some reason, it's just showing penalties, but it's not actually a penalty goal. But maybe it's just the glitch here. But let's take a look at the highlights as Mateta actually converted from the spot, giving Crystal Palace the lead. But the happiness here from Crystal Palace kind of ended. Well, not yet. It was a chance here from Jesus, but a save from Guaita. But then after this, it kind of vanished at the very end, as Odegaard might have actually scored the equalizer. And it's glitching for some reason. Has that awkward sprite angle here. And now here's Gabriel Jesus. Had that sprint, scoring an easy goal, which might have given Arsenal the lead. And as you can see around the grounds here, here's this story of the two matches here. Aston Villa drawing to Everton, and West Ham, which I initially might have got confused right there. They actually scored that one goal against Chelsea, and Nottingham Forest against Sheffield United. They're actually drawing. But who else would win this match? We will find out soon. Especially for us, mostly. But whom should I actually bring for substitutions? I think we can go unchanged here for this one, because this is second half already. And I guess we'll do it. As you can see, for some reason, it's still showing penalty, but we do get the second half underway as Arsenal start the kickoff here. Kamavinga has it. It's still Kamavinga. Still Kamavinga. Still Kamavinga. But what a tackle here from Hughes. Kamavinga tried to pass the ball, but couldn't find any other players here. And now here's John Nayu. But he gets confused there, but finds João Enrique. Here's Silva, who's actually made a transfer to Luton Town. But we're not going to talk about this, as Luton Town has a chance. Oh, sorry, pardon me. Crystal Palace has a chance, which they actually do. They converted thanks to an equalizer here from Olise, Michael Olise here. I kind of got distracted because of the Luton Town transfer here. I don't know why they make those newses just when we're about to see them, the Crystal Palace scoring the goal here. But as you can see, Olise actually scored the goal. Ramsdale sadly could not save this one. This proves that we still lack our cutting edge. And we have to sub off Zinchenko yet again. He's fuming. Even though we kind of trusted him. But he's still fuming that he's not getting much game time. Even though he actually played for 52 minutes. And yet again, we're in an equalizing pegging term. Just like the Nottingham Forest one. And here's Bukayo Saka. Finds Odegaard. Finds Jesus. But Jesus gets completely rattled by the Crystal Palace defense. And I have a feeling that Crystal Palace might actually score from this position here, because Arsenal, they're doing worse in terms of defense rates. And now here's Mateta, finds Olise. Olise just manages to break through the spot. But what a save here from Ben White. Finds Saka. It's Saka on the way. Finds Martinelli. Martinelli has to really step up here. Now he finds Kamavinga, who has that pace still, but he gets tackled by Doucouré. And Kamavinga's like fuming. He wanted a foul, but referee says otherwise. And here's the next fixture here for Crystal Palace. They're up against Fulham. Now here's Doucouré, finds Mateta. Still Mateta. But what a tackle here from Timber. Sure, he has low pace than Saliba, but he somehow can come clutch in defense. Now here's Odegaard. Martin Odegaard finds Kamavinga. Here's Kamavinga. Eduardo Kamavinga. He's trying to adapt in the Premier League, but he's just having some iffies, pretty much. This could actually be a flop here for us, because Kamavinga, who could have actually been bolstering through the defense, has actually not made some good progress here, which is bad for us. And now we're actually down to 20 minutes left, 18 actually. And Crystal Palace are on the attack. Finds Jordan Ayew. Ayew could easily square this one. He does. But what a save here from Ramsdale. Comes clutch for us. And yet again, Kamavinga gets subbed off. The gaffer is really not impressed of Kamavinga lately because of the centre mid position. And Partey might have to take the spot here. We might have to make some adaptations here for Kamavinga later in the game. Or later in the fixtures when the fixtures show up. So Eze goes, I think Eze actually comes in for one of the Crystal Palace defenders. As this could be a chance here for Crystal Palace, but Thomas Partey, the guy who came on for Kamavinga, just saves us. Now here's Martin Odegaard. Finds Gabriel Jesus. It's Jesus. 12 minutes to go. It's still Jesus, but he back passes to Odegaard. Still Martin Odegaard. Finds Thomas Partey. It's Partey. Partey shoots, but Guaita saves this one. And Bukayo Saka is actually the player to actually get subbed off this time instead of Jesus. And Declan Rice comes in for him. And now here's Declan Rice that's actually taking the corner instead of Saka. Rice does a big shoot, but Hughes easily takes it. That was an awkward pass here from Declan Rice. As now, this could actually be game over here. As we're up against Fulham in the next match, as you can see from the top left. But Mateta, he's actually charging through the Arsenal defence. He finds Doucouré. It's still Doucouré. Doucouré shoots. But he also makes some meh shooting. He just kind of bottles it. And Ramsdale easily saves this one. But it's still with Crystal Palace. As Doucouré has this one. Finds Hughes. Finds Eberechi Eze. Eze shoots. But Ramsdale again saves. Ramsdale has to really make some good passes. This time he does pass, but shortly. Finds Tierney. And are Arsenal going for a draw here? There's 2 minutes of added time. They have to go deep before it even ends. Here's Martinelli. Still Martinelli. Martinelli. It's Martinelli. Can he shoot? Martinelli shoots, but what a save here from Guaita. And sadly, this ends in a 2-2 draw. As the full time has already been given. Roy Hodgson was pretty happy about his players. But they should have actually got the win despite chances actually being applauded from them. Odegaard still the captain, especially also the man of the match, scoring the equalizer. They were not the best against Crystal Palace. I'm telling you that. But we managed to get it with a 2-2 draw. And it's still glitched here. Olise scoring into the penalty. I'm pretty sure because Mateta scored the goal in the penalty, it might have actually been a glitch in the matrix here. But we finished the game with Crystal Palace 2, Arsenal 2. And obviously Mateta scoring it from the spot. And then obviously Odegaard scoring this one easily. It's a bit glitchy, so I wouldn't be that surprised. And then obviously Jesus scoring an easy goal. Guaita could not save this one. But sadly, Olise did equalize this one at the 52nd minute. Ramsdale could not save this one. And this ended in a 2-2 draw. Then again, we actually had chances, so I'm not that surprised. And now let's take a look at the post-match interview. Nottingham Forest did actually get the win over Sheffield United. Everton managing to get a win over Aston Villa. And West Ham getting a win over Chelsea.
Some questions regarding the match.
And obviously Arteta is not pretty happy about this. We'll see about how he says in the press conference. You still can't defeat them. How do you improve? We will stick together. I promise you. We played a lot of games recently. Or maybe I need to make changes. That's a bit harsh. We may need to adapt Kamavinga mostly. But I'm pretty sure we will stick together. So we're gonna pause it right here. This isn't a time to be blaming anyone. We need to stick together and I need to come up with a better strategy ahead of our next game against them. Probably thought you could win today. Are you disappointing to only come away with a draw? Did the quality of Crystal Palace surprise you? Every player makes mistakes in a game. Another goal and we'd have seen the game out. Every player makes mistakes in a game. We're disappointed with the goals we conceded, but even the very best players make mistakes. Yes, we could have been more solid, could have kept our shape better. And obviously you subbed Saka very early today. I'm sure there was a reason for that, but in hindsight you think he might have helped the team win today if he's still been out then the whole game. I want to see his reaction. I accept responsibility. It's my job to make decisions before and during games. I'll have to think about what happened today. If it was mistake subbing the lad, then I'll be ready to take responsibility for that.
Thank you for your time.
It was actually a mistake though from Mikel Arteta, so he wouldn't be that surprised. So alright. Odegaard off and running. He actually gave us a draw, thankfully. Our next match is against Fulham. But we might have to adapt Kamavinga lately because I'm pretty sure he's not doing well here as a centre midfielder here. So unfortunately, we might have to see what moves would help here for Kamavinga. But we need to trust Havertz. So Kamavinga should really help us with the formation. Don't worry, Kamavinga did get that goal against Man City to get that mojo. But I'm pretty sure. But let's take a look at the standings here and see where we are at. We were at 3rd place. We still remain as a 3rd place team. West Ham surprisingly getting the lead because obviously they defeated Chelsea. But now our next match is against Fulham here at the Emirates. And I really hope you enjoyed this one. We'll be back for our next game. Goodbye. Hello guys, we're back. And just as we witnessed, this game, it was rubbish, honestly. We actually had the 2-1 lead, but obviously Crystal Palace did get themselves back into the game and we had chances to take the lead, but obviously the keeper was too good. But then again, Liverpool did lose to Crystal Palace in real life, so this shows that Crystal Palace are not the easy side to be beating, especially when we play at their own home ground, so they would be the toughest team. So yeah, but a 2-2 draw would really be a good result here for us. I mean, even though I don't like how they play, especially subbing off Saka, what Arteta said, it would actually be a big mistake. We could have actually put Saka in throughout the entire 90 minutes. He was fuming, honestly. But that's how it is. We need to give opportunities for other players, so maybe that's the reason. But about Kamavinga, he has not been doing very well. So we might have to worry about that in the next game. We're up against Fulham. But we're going to see if Kamavinga could really adapt well in the Premier League, as he has been doing recently well with Real Madrid. And he's mostly a La Liga player, so yeah. We'll see how he does, because as a centre midfielder, he should really be doing well making assists. But we'll see about this one. But I really hope you enjoyed this one. Despite us getting a 2-2 draw, please make sure to like and subscribe this one. And our next game is up against Fulham. I really cannot wait for this one. Please make sure to like and subscribe here. This is Brisbane 05 Blaster here, signing off.